Oh, are we on? We're on again. Cassidy part 2. We can go on and on forever, obviously. So I would love to continue the conversation and not feel like the clock is ticking. So he'll join in a second. I hope y'all enjoying this. Hey, Josie. Hey, Megan. Hey, Sydney. Happy birthday, Sydney, by the way. Love you. You know, oh, Bev, good. What's up, Bev? Yeah, no, these are really important conversations, I think. I don't want to feel rushed. I'm learning things about him as well, so. He is joining right now. Good. I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad you joined again. You know, like I said, I want to continue where we were saying. The reality, I was thinking about the things we have in common, which is we both do these big, huge birthdays. And I've had Cameron, Little Kim, Foxy Brown,
Oh my God, Little Kim and you was just beyond.
Well, Little Kim, and my favorite thing, one of my favorite stories is, and I had to tell, okay, so Little Kim and I came out of the spaceship, and I was rapping the Puffy part, no time for fake ones.
Yeah, when you came out of the spaceship and was doing Puffy's part, I was like, this man just shut down every birthday party I've ever done. I literally was like, oh, I reunited New Edition on the Intrepid? Nah, I'm not. I just got shut down.
Well, first of all, we celebrate each other. It's no competition. But my thing is that, my favorite part of that story is that I was really adamant about make sure Little Kim knows we're coming out of a spaceship, etc. Tell her managers and all these things. I don't want her to be, get there and not know any of this information and be like, thrown off. So when she gets there, of course she doesn't know. So I had to tell her, you and I are getting a spaceship. We're being wheeled through the party. I'm going to come out first and rap Puffy. Like, I can't rap, so then we're going to stop it. And I'm going to say,
you can now.
Can anybody, help me? And then I pull out Little Kim, and I'm telling her, and she's like processing it. I'm seeing her face, and I thought she'd be like, I'm not doing that. And she's like, awesome, let's do it. That was my favorite part of the whole night. She's like, yeah, let's do it.
I commend you for telling people, whereas at the New York Public Library, Bobby Brown is doing every little step, and me and O'Neill just became the background dancers. Like, we don't even tell them. We just became the background dancers.
Oh, no. I had to tell her that she's going to be in a spaceship wheeled through the party. But anyway, okay, so that was the thing. I said we go through these lavish birthday parties, and then, we are, like I said, I'm not afraid to be a fan of someone that I am very close with. I said, I have some very close friends that are these amazing singers or artists or things, and, I would be a fan of theirs if I never met them my whole life. They're amazing artists. I think that's what draws me to them, and what draws you to your, relationships with certain people is the artist in the person. Like, I speak artist. I've always said that. But also, who, like, for Verdine, for instance, I love Verdine. I know you're close friends with him. I know him. Verdine is the best dressed man in show business. I've been saying it for 10 years.
Agreed.
And every time I go to the show, I'm like, oh, I'm going to the show. I'm going to outdress Verdine tonight. I put on my, my black sequin tuxedo, and he's wearing some, gold lame jumpsuit. And Verdine gets me again. I've never outdressed him. I've tried so many times.
Let me tell you something. Wait, let me tell you. So he's done so much for me lately, I couldn't actually tell you why, but I sent him silk pajamas. I want to say it was for Pass the Mic, but literally there's been thing after thing, so I sent him a gift. And he called me about a week or two ago, and he said, he said, I wore your pajamas outside the other day. I said, oh, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, he said, I go for a walk every night around 8 o'clock with Shelly, his wife. And he said, so the other day, I left on the purple silk pajamas. I threw on a double-breasted black velvet tuxedo blazer and my Ralph Lauren slippers. And I took my walk. And it was amazing. And that's exactly how he said it. And his just effortless swag is just impeccable.
Well, Verdine comes to my parties from time to time, and it'll be lots of celebrities there and things, but in the back of my mind, like, Verdine is sitting right here at this table. Like, it's Verdine, he's beyond a living legend, But so, who have you met, kind of that you were like literally gagging over? You're like, I cannot believe I'm meeting, I don't know, maybe the first time you met Oprah, or I don't know, who really kind of blew you away? So, like, was Tupac and Biggie, that was before your time?
I met them both.
Yeah, I met them both as well.
Yeah.
And Tupac blew me away, obviously. So.
I don't know if this answer is going to excite you or not. I was blown away by every time I met every person in Pass the Mic too. And I have relationships with the majority of them.
Yep.
A few of them I was introduced for the purpose of this, but the majority were people who I had relationships with. I would list them to you, but those are the people who I worshipped as a child. My hip hop heroes, and I'm still starstruck when I see them today.
Yeah. I am too. Like, Slick Rick liked my photo the other day. I wore my Louis Vuitton eye patch, and Slick Rick liked my photo. That makes me like, my heart skip a beat in a great way.
I actually saw that. But you know what? I'll tell you one story. So growing up, I looked up to Q-Tip, right?
Yep.
Like we all did.
Yeah.
Like, I looked up to Run DMC. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
I looked up to Tretch from Naughty by Nature. He was the coolest person in the world to me.
Yeah.
And I looked up to Q-Tip.
Yep.
So in my early 20s, Q-Tip and I met through the DJ world and through the Hilfigers as well. I think we DJ'd a few parties for Hilfiger together. And before I knew it, Q-Tip was DJing my 23rd birthday, my 24th birthday. I was DJing his 34th birthday. So many birthdays we DJ'd, and we developed a real relationship. Well, one day Q-Tip calls me, and I'm still living with my mother. I moved out when I was 24. So I'm guessing I was 22 or 3 or 4.
Not a minute too soon. Get out the house. Jeez.
And
I was 18.
And he calls me and says, I need to borrow vinyl. Now, we were still using records. So this is before CDs, before Serato. He says, I need to borrow all your Native Tongue vinyl. So for those who don't know, Native Tongues was a crew, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers. And I said, okay. He goes, I'll pick you up, because my records were at my dad's house. And I told him that, or he knew it. He picks me up at my mom's house, okay, on the Upper East Side of New York City. Getting in that car was maybe one of the greatest moments of my life. Like Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest is picking me up to drive somewhere with me. So we get to my dad's house 10 minutes away, and he says, okay, you want to run up? I wanted him to come up to my house so bad. I go, no. I go, it's fine. You can park here. He goes, no, this isn't a spot. I go, no, people do it all the time. The doorman will watch it, right? Right? You'll watch it, right? I didn't care if he got 10 tickets. I needed him to come up to the house. Suddenly, I'm in the elevator on the way to my father's house. And before you know it, Q-Tip is sitting in my bedroom at my dad's house, where my turntables have been set up since I was 10 years old. And he's flipping through my record shelves that have been there my whole entire life so far as a DJ. And I say to him, the first shelf is your section, because it was alphabetical order, A Tribe Called Quest. And he starts looking through his shelf. And I go, would it be weird if I asked you to sign one? And he says, no, which one? And I go, pick the rarest one. And he picked one out and signed it. And Q-Tip was flipping through my records in my bedroom at my dad's house. And it was just one of the greatest moments in my entire life. And he walked out with a stack of vinyl. I never got the vinyl back, but I'm so happy that to this day it's in his house. And it couldn't make me happier.
That's an amazing story. So besides that, obviously, where do you think, what's your, if you have to choose 1 or 3 DJ highlights, what are the 3 highlights of your DJ career? If you had to choose 3, 1 would be great, or 3. I know it's hard.
Well, I'll preface by saying that all the ones I've mentioned, that first night I met Puffy, the MTV Awards party that I did for Puffy, the J-Lo wedding, the Jay-Z wedding, the Oprah in Africa, what else have we discussed? The Met Gala night that you discussed with the photos. Those were all, they're all nights that, in case you don't hear it in my voice, I enjoy talking about them because they were the greatest nights of my life. They were the nights that
they were defining moments in you're, making you up as who you are as a person, not just your career. I mean,
and sometimes we get lost in the name drops, but you have to understand that these are people who I truly admire, and whom have dictated worldwide culture and the culture that I love. And so for me to be their guy, or to be in a room with them, or, to make them, dance, that's why I talk about those nights. But the greatest DJ night of my life was DJing Obama's second inauguration at the White House. Now, it's hard to choose. Both inaugurations, his 50th birthday, the First Lady's 50th birthday. Beyonce performed at the First Lady's. I DJ'd at the White House for no occasion when they threw a party just for the sake of having Prince perform. And it was me and Prince. And there's a picture on my Instagram of his purple mic stand and my gold mic, like side by side.
Did you meet him?
No, I did not. He's him, kind of in and out. But the second inauguration was like, if you're looking at the White House and there's like 6 windows, this is the last window on the left. Just to give you perspective, this is not some adjacent tent. If you walk in the front door of the White House, there's a lobby that goes from left to right. And beyond that lobby are rooms: the red room, the blue room, the green room, the yellow room, the famous rooms that Roosevelt's wife, Eleanor, designed. And they've been, constantly redesigned, but she made those rooms the color rooms. And the red room was always the green room, the artist green room, because the red room was next to the party room, the last room on the left.
Got it.
And all the parties were in that room.
Yeah.
But his second inauguration, just think of every important political figure on his side, obviously, and every important cultural figure, actor, activist, rapper, singer, TV, film, and of course, him and the First Lady and their daughters and their family and their closest friends in black tie, celebrating till 4 a.m. We could do a whole show just about that night, but it was the greatest night of my career.
Who performed that night?
There might have not been one. His 50th birthday was Janelle Monáe and Stevie Wonder by surprise, and I have a great story about Stevie. Her 50th was Beyonce. There might have not been a full-on performance at the second inauguration, but I mean... It
was an amazing party. You didn't need one. I have never met them ever. First of all, the Obamas seem really connected to music in general. They have always been had great DJs spin their events and really great performances and things. They seem extremely connected to music. Both of them, him and her. I've never met them, and it's one of the only things that to this day is a thorn in my side. Janelle Monáe performed there, I think something crazy, like 10 or 15 times. She's the artist that performed the most out of any other, in their 8 years, she performed the most. And I told the story many times. It was like, first time, take your mama. Second time, take your, auntie and your cousins. Fourth time, take your high school friends. 7th, 8th, 9th time, hello, And I never had a chance to go and meet them. But I said this, it's okay. Here's how it's going to go down for me. Somehow Michelle Obama and I are going to be at some event together or something, some luncheon or something. We're going to connect, vibe, whatever. She's going to say, what do you do? I say, I do parties. She's going to say, give me your information. Give, so-and-so your information in case, we ever need it. Okay, no problem. About 3 months later, I'm going to get a text saying, me and hubby want to come out. Where are you at tonight? And the rest is going to be history. Trust me. Mark my word.
I so believe that will happen. I so 100%.
The rest will be history. Trust me. I've never met them. Actually, there's two. Okay, so I never met them. And then also something, I am so proud of you and have supported you. We've been great friends for many years. But I think it was last year or this year, I was like, What the heck? So you did Madonna's video, and I love Prince, Madonna, Michael Jackson since a little kid. I still love Madonna. And you were in Madonna's video, and I was like, what? I felt like I was being hated on. I'm like, what the heck? What happened? How did that come about? Like, what was that all about?
So I get a text from Mike Dean. Mike Dean is an incredible musician and producer, most known for being Kanye's co-producer and co-writer and producer and kind of man behind the music. And he's just like the most talented and also the most down to earth and the greatest guy. And he plays with Kanye on stage and plays with Travis Scott on stage. And he's been around a long time. He's an OG. I get a text from him. Are you busy? Like in 3 days, whatever the date was. Now, I was busy. I don't remember what it was. I don't want to say a gig, family engagement, a trip. I don't remember. There was something. But I can always tell when someone's writing me about something important. So I didn't want to say, yes, I am busy. So I just said, no, I think I'm free. What's going on? And he said, Madonna's shooting a video for her new song. And it's kind of like a disco vibe, like a modern disco vibe. And she asked me who should play the DJ role. And when I think of that music, I think of you. So would you want to do it? I said, of course. I don't remember what I got out of, but I got out of something. And he was like texting her while on the phone with me, like sending her my Instagram. She's like, I love the hat. And she was so hands-on, and she screenshotted outfits from Google Images to tell me to bring those outfits. Meaning like they didn't like have a stylist for me or like a wardrobe. It was like, we like these 3 outfits, bring them and bring others like them if you want. And they chose one of the ones they screenshotted. She like found an image on Google. And get this, I have a boater hat, obviously, the straw kind and the felt kind. The felt for the winter, the straw for the summer. And I don't remember which I put on first, but it wasn't the one in the pictures. And she goes, no, that's not the boater.
See?
And she texted whoever it was. And I was like, oh, it's this one. And then they text her. She's like in a room at the shoot. And she's like, yes, that one. And I had never met her. She's one person that didn't come across my career. And they brought me over to her at the video shoot. And she like knew my life story from Mike Dean. It was the craziest thing, you know, very personable. She's like, yeah, Mike says you're the best. You're like, do this, this, and this, and with this music. Meanwhile, it could have been anyone. I wasn't playing music. It was like, you're an actor.
Yeah.
They could have hired any actor, but you know, I guess they wanted the real thing. So yeah, I have one little shot where I'm like, and then I have a second shot where I'm like this and one shot like this.
I love, yeah, they did that. I did my birthday party at the same venue, the Globe Theater.
Yes,
and
when I walked in, I knew it from your birthday. Exactly.
That's where Sheila E. and I did timbales together. Another good one. Another dream come true for me, actually. So,
Sheila E. at your birthday party was epic, but you rapping with Little Kim might be more epic simply because you were like the Puffy to her Little Kim.
Listen, to me, I love them all. It's like, you know, I'm just making my childhood dreams come true. That's what I would say. So, and then, so one more question, I think, you know, it's getting dark, I can barely see you, so I want to wrap it up, but so
sorry, I just tried to move into a light.
Why do you think you were so drawn to hip hop? What is it about hip hop?
Well, I don't remember being drawn to hip hop because I was drawn to hip hop since as far back as I have a memory.
Got it. Yeah.
You know, my grandmother used to take me for walks in Central Park.
Yeah.
In a stroller. And she would leave me in the stroller to nap because by the end of the walk, I'd be sleeping. Now, I don't know if you have a memory at age 3 or 4, but I do remember this. I was in the stroller and I was sleeping and she put me in her room to sleep it out in the stroller. And when I woke up, there was a movie on HBO. That movie was Breakin'. Now, I don't remember if 4-year-old me said, Mama, I love this movie. Or if she saw it and like caught me watching it. I don't know. But she taped it. And that tape of Breakin', and soon thereafter Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, really were my first memories of hip hop. And that was embarrassing, you know, for a time because those movies, you know, went through a period where people looked at them as very commercial Hollywood interpretations.
As a 4-year-old, that's okay, you know, like.
And And those movies became real kind of cult classics. And but they were, that movie was bright and was exciting, and I was enthralled by the dancing. Those movies were about breakdancing, not about rapping or DJing. And soon thereafter, Run DMC kind of came into my life, and I looked up to Run DMC and Russell Simmons. The four of them were like gods. They were just the coolest looking people ever. Chains and Adidas and leather and the hat. That's where the hat comes from. People don't, see it, but so much of how I dress is from those four guys. Those four gods. So what was it? It's hard to pinpoint. It's hard to pinpoint the infectious, the infectious rhythm, the infectious rhyme, the infectious style, the infectious fashion, the infectious attitude, the infectious rebellion, the infectious urgency. All those things and many more are what's infectious about hip-hop culture.
There's like an authenticity, and there's like a creativity factor, there's a excitement factor, there's a lot, but anyway, yes, so I think since we can't see it all, I will wrap it up here.
At all? I
mean, I see the outline of your hat, looks like a halo, and your glasses, that's about it.
Sorry about that.
That's okay, no problem at all. I really thank you for doing this. It's a great conversation. We could talk for hours, obviously. So you've seen a few of these, but the whole point of this is to celebrate people that have been really important to culture, whether they be well known or not. That's not the point to me, because there's been a lot of people that have been so instrumental to culture that some people don't know. So we celebrate people here on, that's what this whole point is. And you are one of those people that has been so important to culture, and celebrating it as well, and contributed so much to it. So I really want to acknowledge that about you. We are great friends, but I really want to acknowledge how hard you worked. People, again, I said it earlier, people don't realize how hard DJs work, and how even just your pass the mic thing is so much hard work, your birthdays, all that stuff. And because we do have that in common, that you are so passionate about culture that you like to celebrate it, and I really want to celebrate you for all you've done as DJ Cassidy for culture. So, well,
I send every word of that back to you. I really do. You really are a door for so many people, and you allow people to celebrate themselves, and you are a conduit to culture and a connoisseur of culture. And I thank you for doing this and for having all the guests that you've had, most of which have been my friends. Yep. So I love you for that.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Anybody watching this, do not miss Pass the Mic on Wednesday at 7 p.m. West Coast?
Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. You can find the link all over my Instagram. It will be in my bio, followed by various fun things on Rock the Bells that night and the following day.
Amazing.
Thank you to Claudine Joseph, who's on here. Love you, Claudine.
Claudine, we love you.
I've seen so many people on here. I mean, Beverly Bond, Eric LaPoe, Frank Roberts, Sade Lithcott. There's just been so many people who are near and dear to my heart. DJ Ruckus. This has been great. Can't wait to round two.
Wait. Oh, a question, but anyway. Okay, so I want to thank you again, like I said, Cassie, so much.
Hold on, let's answer that question because it's on the screen. We might as well.
Good.
Can everyone see that or just us?
Everyone sees it, I think.
What are your go-to songs for immediate lift me ups? This song goes for both you and Cassidy. All right, you want to go first?
Lift me ups. I love Madonna, Get Into the Groove, and Too Short, Blow the Whistle. Those songs are always proud to use. Yep.
Interesting. People always kind of make fun of me. A lot of my lift me ups are ballads. So one of my lift me up is Michael Jackson, Human Nature.
That's a great song, though.
One of my lift me ups is Sam Cooke, You Send Me.
Those are great songs. They're warm and fuzzy songs.
And they lift my spirit. But I could
Good.
go on forever about those. More next
I
time.
mean, I just shouted 2 off the top of my head. I didn't really think about it, but you know, those are just fun songs. That get the party started, to say. Okay, we can't see it all, so I want to end it. But
I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you. Thank you for everyone watching.
Listen, again, I can't say it enough. Do not miss Pass the Mic on Wednesday. It was one of the most amazing things I had seen. #1 for sure during quarantine, and one of the best things I've seen, period, ever. I told you that. So I'm very excited about this one on Wednesday. I'm not doing a Legendary Talk specifically because I want to watch in real time.
That's
and
amazing.
I cannot wait to celebrate it. I'll promote it. I posted today, but I'll post it as well. I'll the next 2 days for sure.
Amazing. All right, thank you guys. See you Wednesday.
Love you, Cassidy. Thank you, guys.
Love you too.
Bye.